This week is going to be absolutely monumental for Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. So you may have heard it previously from myself or other content creators about a sit down later this week. Well, now we have an official day. It is going to be Friday, November 29th at 9 a.m. We're thrilled to announce that head moderator Xanon will be hosting a special community sit down. This meeting will primarily be a discussion with content creators about the exciting future of Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. However, I just want you guys to know this is not just a meeting with content creators. I have asked you guys to fill out a Google form, and I know other content creators have also asked you guys to give feedback as well on the things you would like to see in Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, and you can bet that is what we're going to be bringing to their attention because we want the game to do well as content creators and as players because we enjoy the game. I truly do enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, and I would love for them to take our opinions and ideas into consideration and maybe improve the game and maybe do things that JP didn't do. That would be absolutely amazing. Like, one of the number one things for me still is before Yuta goes away, I really think, and I think this is how a lot of players feel, pity should be added to the game. Pity is already on JP. At least give us some form of pity so people don't feel completely shafted at the beginning of the game. It's like such a simple thing, it should be there. That's my opinion on that, and a whole bunch more opinions that I gave in the previous video. If you haven't seen that yet, you can go check that out as well. But I'm going to show you guys the responses I got on the Google form as well, and I will link that same Google form down in the description, and I will pin a comment. If you have not filled it out yet, please go and do that ASAP. The more people who fill it out, the more people who give their thoughts, the more I can go to the devs and say, hey, all of these people want this, please do it, right? So go fill that out. I'm going to continue reading through this. However, there will also be a short segment where players will have the chance to join the stage and share their thoughts, feedback, and concerns directly. Here's what to expect. 1. Hear exciting news about the game's future. 2. Engage in player feedback session during the event. Disclaimer, the meeting time is subject to change. Please keep an eye on updates in case of adjustments. If I learn anything, you can bet I will make a video to let you guys know. The sit down will take place in Community Sit Down. Don't miss the unique opportunity to engage with the community and help shape the game's direction. So make sure you mark your calendars and we'll see you there. Now, with that said, let me show you guys the responses I have gotten so far. So honestly, I feel like this is an incredible turnout considering the amount of people who watched the video. The fact that this many people took the time to go and fill out, it's an unofficial survey really, because I'm not associated with Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. They don't sponsor me, they don't give me money, they don't do anything for me, okay? But I'm here making this form because they said they're going to listen to us, and I hope to take all of your guys' feedback in the most easily observable way possible to them. I can put this on a spreadsheet, I can show them the pie charts. Like, I want to make this as crystal clear as possible to the devs, to whoever is willing to listen, that these things need to be changed. So right now, 286 responses. If you have not responded yet, I want to get this up to 1,000. I want to get this up to 10,000. I want it to be way more than this. So if you guys have not filled this out yet, please do that. And to improve the chances of more people filling it out, I know it sounds silly and it sounds like I'm just asking for likes and whatnot, but like, seriously, go like the video, because YouTube, the algorithm, will then suggest the video to more people who play the game, and then hopefully more people will see this video and more people will fill out the survey. I really want this filled out. We got 2 days, guys. We got to make it happen. Okay, so the first question I asked on this Google form: do you think pity needs to be changed? Overwhelmingly, 95% of players said yes. Less than 5%, because it's 95.5, less than 5% of players said no. Yes, pity needs to be changed. And then so I gave the option to explain how, because everybody has different ideas. Please give a brief description of how you would like pity changed if you answered yes above. I'm not going to go through every single answer here, right? But there were a lot of good ideas. Reduce pity to around 175 or 200. That's an obvious, easier way. Please change pity to 150 and make it transferable. Lower the pity needed from 250 maybe to 200 or similar. Saving 75k cubes to get the character in case of a shaft is pretty absurd. Yeah, it's absurd, especially when you consider how many cubes they give you. That's the bigger problem, really, in my opinion. By giving us more luck with gacha and get the banner we're aiming at in the first days of the event. Less pulls needed to get pity. pity is too high regardless of free to play or pay to play. Honestly, any game, like, it may feel like they're giving out units if you lower pity. Like, that's what gacha games are worried about. I think gacha games that do well or will do well are games where people actually get the freaking characters. Like, as dumb as that sounds. So yeah, you might lose a little bit of money from the whales in the long run, but think of how much more like light spending people will do if pity is reduced or if pity is transferable. That's just my opinion. Like, there's so many good comments in here, guys. There's literally so many. Feel free to pause the video and read through any of these comments because it's absolutely crazy, but I don't want to show them all to you because I want you guys to genuinely give us your own ideas as well. Don't just take somebody's idea here and use it as your own. Like, you know, put your own idea about how you think pity should work. If you've played other gacha games and you have a pity system you really like, refer to that game. Say pity should be like this game. Like, give a concrete example, you know? I think that'd be really awesome. The next question I asked, do you feel there are enough cubes given out in the game? So this goes back to, like, I feel like this problem and the pity problem are interconnected, right? So if you fix one or the other, they kind of help each other. Realistically, both need to be fixed, but 90% of players said, no, there's not enough cubes. I agree. Right now, at least, because they have been pushing content out so quickly on global, there has definitely not been enough cubes for people to be able to farm out, to be able to even like pity a character like Yuta. It's been hard, very hard, unless you saved everything. You probably could not pity Yuta. And even if you saved everything, you might have been close, but you might have been still a little bit short of pitying Yuta. So it's rough. It's rough out there. So they definitely need to give more cubes in some way, shape, or form. I think the best way for them to give cubes would be to add extra content to the game. The easiest way, and like they could even take this into JP too. Formidable foe battles, add extra extreme difficulties, extreme 3, extreme 4, extreme 5, whatever, I don't care, and make them worth some cubes. That's an easy way. Easy way, like an immediate fix that happens right now. You just turn up the difficulty a little bit, you change the numbers in the algorithm, and it's not that hard to do. So other people's ideas, please give a brief description of how you would like more cubes distributed. Raise the cubes earned from missions from 50 to 60. Like, that's such a simple thing, right? That's not too bad. After you complete the story, the amount of cubes you get is very low, so more cubes from the story. There are a lot of cubes given. However, it's in very small doses, like the most you get is 100. So people would like to see more cubes given out at a time, basically. I agree, that would feel a little bit more rewarding than like 10 at a time, which is rough. Weekly and monthly missions, like other games have, cubes should be given out so players can at least do a multi or two a month, since the pity is so high. Well, they do give you free tickets sometimes, right, towards the banner, and like you also had event tickets, so they do actually kind of give you a free multi or two in the game. It's just not in the form of cubes, so keep that in mind. And make paid players get more benefits to make people actually want to spend more on the game. As a worker, I don't mind spending my money on the game, but right now to get a character seems so expensive because they seem to be pushing out so many of them in a short amount of time. That's really one of the biggest problems and makes people reluctant to spend. And then there's just a ton more of these. Once again, feel free to pause the video and see any of them. I'm not going to scroll through all of them. I don't want to go over all of them right here. I will definitely, like, if the devs give me the time of day, like, I'll be like, hey, here you go, throw this on their lap, and hopefully they'll take the time, you know, to look through these responses. I'll try to at least pick out, maybe before the event if I can, a few of the good responses, like the really good ones, the good ideas, and share them as well. I'm also in the process of sharing this Google Doc with one of the moderators, or for the server, hopefully, so hopefully they'll have access to this as well, and that will help too. So just keep that in mind. It's not only going to be me who has access to this, but I'm already in the process of trying to get this into the hands of the people in the server. Do you feel like resources, AP, cursed objects, etc. are readily available and easily farmable to you? So this one is kind of split. A lot of people actually said yes on this one, so this one's not as big of a problem, but it is still a problem to some people, and I think the people who picked no picked it largely for the AP reason, which they literally acknowledged and started giving us more AP packs, right? So now it's not as big of an issue because they kind of fixed it. So you can see that the community is a lot happier now. So if we go down here, stages gives a stable amount of all three. Blue orb stage is the worst. I agree. Yes, leveling up your recollections is actually also one of the worst things. That needs to be fixed. That needs to be upgraded. Out of all the things, I agree with that. Probably increase the AP cap when leveling. Yep. So more AP, too much content, literally 3 weeks of the game release, improve cursed object rewards. But yeah, a lot of this AP, a lot of this is going to say AP. AP, So a lot of that has to do with AP right there. People just feel like AP is not as readily available or usable as they would like it to be able to actually play the game, which makes a lot of sense, and I agree with that as well. But I do think the blue orbs for the recollections are a bit rough to farm out. Next question I asked, do you think there should be more endgame content, adding more formidable foe stages, difficulties, like I had mentioned before, or just, you know, whatever else? Illusory Tower is obviously coming, that's endgame content, but when you finish Illusory Tower, that's the only new content for a long, hot minute. Like right now on JP's first anniversary, they're just now getting new content, right? Or, well, it's actually not even out yet, but they will be getting new content. So I think there should definitely be more endgame content, stuff that is difficult for people to play and try. So that is something a lot of the community agrees on. I really hope this happens. This is one of my biggest problems with My Hero Ultra Impact, is that they don't have new endgame content that they're coming out with, and it's been one of my gripes for the longest time. So if JJK doesn't answer that call to like give us endgame content, or content where it requires specific characters, that would also be great, like requiring all yellow characters, all blue characters, whatever, or requiring all Jujutsu High characters or teachers or something like that. That is the type of content that I would like to see come to the game eventually, something that makes you use essentially all the characters you have in your gacha pool. I want something that allows me to use the characters I have collected. That's what I would like to see in the game. But let me know your guys' thoughts once again by filling out the survey, and then you guys can give your own ideas for what you would like to see. So a bunch of ideas here as well. I'm not going to go through these once again because I want you guys to submit your own ideas. I don't want to taint your guys' ideas. And then last but not least, I said, do you think Illusory Tower should launch in December, January, or later? Because we haven't really heard anything on this front, and most people feel like December. I also feel like December. I've been saying Christmas time would be the time I would hope to see it, or like New Year's. We'll have to see. Quite a few people also said January. I don't think it's too soon to push out Illusory Tower though, because honestly, people can use the cubes. This is one way to also improve the cube thing, and it's something they already have planned to implement into the game, but hopefully they do that sooner rather than later. So us showing them when we would like it to release, maybe we'll incentivize them to release it earlier if they're planning to wait on it. And then at the very end, I have a spot for you. Any other ideas that you guys have, share them. So we need more endgame content, give more cubes. PvP, some people want that. I don't know if PvP is the best thing to have in this game, honestly. That's going to be a lot of split decisions and people talking about that one. That'll create an argument. I guess you guys can argue about it in the comments if you really wanted to, over whether the game should have PvP or not. Add more cubes. Please fix auto battle. Yeah, auto battle needs to be fixed. I've been saying this multiple videos for a long time. Endgame content. So it's a lot of the same things that kind of I touched on up above. Hopefully I went over most things, but like people have a co-op mode. Co-op mode would be really cool. Another really cool idea. So I'll try to pick out some of these cooler ideas. Hopefully once again, I'm sharing this with one of the moderators. They'll be able to go through and see all this as well. And the future of JJK is hopefully in our hands, which is amazing because normally we're just at the mercy of the devs. So please go fill this out once again if you have not yet. And if you have not liked this video, please go like this video so that other people see it. Share it with your friends, share it with your mom, share it with your brother, share it with your sister, share it with the person you hate. I don't care. Share it. Let's get it out there and let's get this filled out and let's make a change for JJK Phantom Parade, because I really want this game to do well and I'm sure you guys do too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.